Hey folks, this is Ben Gussel. I'm gonna make one more video here before I have to go teach this one. I'm try to keep it really quick. So I've never been a tabloid person. I've never read tabloids. I do kind of know about some things that happen in Hollywood because sometimes either someone else tells me or it shows up on my YouTube feed. It's like occasionally I see it somewhere else, right? Or see it like if you go to one of the regular grocery stores like Albertsons, Safeway, or QFC in the checkout line. You will buy something, but that's usually not how I find out about juicy gossip and things like that. So quote unquote, I just find it stupid. Um, it's I know why we read that stuff, and it does vary somewhat, but there is kind of a you do want to know if you do like actresses and actors, or if you envy their lives. A lot of times, some people envy their lives, and I think this is something very exploitative with this whole industry. Still, everybody knows this, that the companies that make tabloids, they're preying on people that are um, yeah, wanting to live the lives of celebrities, kind of thing. I think it's a very evil thing and wrong. But that all being said, my train of thought here is particularly with regard to a lady that's popped on my YouTube feed as far as ads go. Isn't that lovely? Kristen Bell, one of the voices of, I think, Anna. I think the voice of Anna on Frozen, of all movies. So, of course, I've had music students, little girls mainly, that have wanted to play Frozen songs, and I've definitely always been cool with that. That's all fine and good. It's a fun little movie, I suppose, especially if you're a little girl. And everybody talks about stupid stuff like about all this stuff about Frozen. I've heard all the stuff, right? All the politics, all the everything. I think it's nauseating. And I had girls as young as 8 or 9 tell me how nauseated they were about everybody talking about this Dawn movie a while back. And yeah, I was in that same camp, but I knew that some of the songs are very cute and some girls like to play them, so there you go. But yeah, yes, I know. I truly hate this stuff, folks. I do, but I have to mention this thing about Kristen Bell because this is okay. So it's true. Kristen looks very attractive. She has a very nice complexion, and she has very nice blonde hair, and she's very yes, and she has a lovely voice, and she has just everything is yes. And so this is the kind of person that people like to envy. Um, and I just, this is interesting, when I was a little boy, I actually had a kind of a crush on Haley Mills. Or I should say, any blonde woman, young woman, teenager that, like for instance, also the girl that played the voice of Alice in Alice in Wonderland. Is it last name was Beauchamp? All so Haley Mills, Beauchamp, those girls I just thought were just awesome. And I was probably 5 or 6. So what I mean, that's a little boy, you know. But they were so beautiful, and this is to me, the feelings I have not. Well, actually, they were very boyhood kinds of very pretty woman kind of feelings. They have not really changed. It's if you catch my drift, it's like I still have a great deal of admiration for these ladies, and so it's but they influenced a lot of what I thought a beautiful woman should be. I guess you could say, that's the best way of putting it. You didn't have to be blonde. You just the way that they just were. I guess the way they carried themselves. So this is when I was a little boy. Now you have people like ladies like Kristen Bell, who and all kinds of other ladies that um we'll say advocates of yes, advocates of we'll just say they have more feminist thoughts about Disney princesses, and I'm really trying not to talk about the subject because I think it's stupid, but yeah. So it's the ladies that tend to have friendlier thoughts toward old Disney stuff that I tend to find I have more in common with in general in that respect. But yeah, yeah, it's just yeah, it's hard to explain. But basically, so I kind of laugh when I noticed that I was like, oh, these ladies are really trying to make themselves look extremely attractive. Well, that's great. That's a good thing, I suppose. But it's kind of like it's just there's a different element to so many of these women that are in the place of Disney princesses, that sort of thing, these days. They don't have, in my opinion, the same character as some of these other ladies had in the past. They just don't. They don't have the same charm. They don't have the same feeling about them. They don't have the same inviting feeling about them. If right now I would have a conversation with someone like Kristen Bell, it's forgettable. It's just like why? Oh, she's so yeah. Well, I can only hope she's a decent person, and I'm assuming she is. I get why people are envious of her sometimes. I get that, but there's other things about her that just kind of like no. No, even Ingrid Bergman of all people wasn't very chaste, and so it really kind of brings her down in my book. So yeah, I noticed these things, and just people can envy away. It's fine, whatever. So it's just different, I kind of the more that someone kind of makes themselves look really, what's the word, enviable. I mean, which actress can you name that really is all that enviable these days? They'd have to be someone with really good character, along with being attractive, sure. But a lot of times there's a lot of different things that we find attractive. So I don't know. There's a little bit of differences there, but Kristen's just kind of smart. Well, she's a little bit of a smart aleck too. Like she doesn't. No, I don't think she's the same kind of person as some. Look, Angela Lansbury, for instance, she was already a middle-aged lady when I was a little boy. But even so, you could sense her character with anything she did. Like anything she did. And she's basically an old lady, older lady than when I was, getting into my preteens. Even so, I was like, Angela, she's an awesome lady. Like, yeah, like, she's cooler than the Queen. And I used to have awesome feelings toward the Queen. They're different now. I've had some other suspicions of the Queen. We won't get into that right now. But no, Angela, she's like, yeah. I'm like, I would absolutely open the door for her. I would absolutely love to have a nice, polite conversation with her. Absolutely. I mean, it would just be awesome. This is Angela freaking Lansbury. Like, but which, like, you'd have to, I know Reese Witherspoon, for instance, has this chin that just comes out, right? But other than her chin, Reese is actually pretty cool woman too. There are those women like that, but some of these ladies like Kristen Bell, like she's so freaking full of herself, like she really is. And so she's on this stupid thing. If you open YouTube and you'll see this ad, like she's selling some stupid Google device for your home. And a lot of people, rightfully worried that this is an invasion of home privacy. And yeah, sure. Yeah, it just makes it look like a sellout, really. That's what makes it. But people can have this series and their Alexas. That's fine. Whatever. We don't get into the whole conspiracy thing here, but it's just makes it look cheap. And the way she acts, she cheapens herself. When you act in a way that's a bit more juvenile, you cheapen yourself in a way. And I don't know. It just, again, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and you can kind of see different qualities you want to see in people. There often might be there, though. It's like, why? I don't know. It's just, there's so much vanity in the world. And I just hate the thought of these kinds of qualities kind of being advocated. I have to wrap this guy up. I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Take care. Bye.